Why did my breakup last a year? Let me tell you, I'll tell you. Okay, I broke up with him in February. We're together from ages 13 to 25. When you are with someone for that long, it's almost inconceivable to picture a life without them. I grew up with him. At that point, my entire adult life was with him. I thought we were gonna get back together. When I broke up with him, I said that. I said, look, we need to figure our own lives out for now, but we'll find our way back to each other in the future. I think we don't talk for like a month, which at that point was the longest I had ever gone without talking to him. So we break up in February. Maybe sometime around April, we start talking again. We check in, we're texting again. He ends up coming over, we end up talking. I still feel like, yeah, I don't want to be with this person. Like, I'm feeling good about our breakup. Then that month, we keep texting, we keep talking. And it sort of feels like we're acting like we're back in a relationship again. At one point, he comes over and he lets me know, hey, by the way, I've been talking to this girl. I said, what? He's like, yeah, I'm on Tinder. We've been talking. This is 3 months after I break up with him, 3 months after him being in a 12-year relationship. So I'm like, what are we doing then? If you're talking to this other girl, why are you still talking to me? And he's like, well, that girl doesn't really mean anything to me. That's just a girl I met on Tinder. I still want to be with you. Now, suddenly, my perspective shifts. And suddenly, I went from being so good and so right about our breakup to my like insecure, zero self-worth, zero self-esteem kicking in, anxious attachment kicking in. And I'm like, I need this man. That man's mine. I need him. I tell him, no, I want to get back together with you. He goes, no, I'm not ready for that. I'm like, no. What do you mean? What do you mean we need to get back together? He's like, no. Now I'm spiraling. Now I'm in the trenches all over again. I'm telling him, I want to be with you. I want to be with you. I want to make it work. He is like, no, I'm not ready to get back together yet. I want to keep exploring what's going on here. But he keeps saying, but I want to be with you. At the end of all of this, I want to be with you. I want to marry you. But you broke up with me for a reason. And so I think I should explore these other things in the meantime. I, the dumb bitch that I was like, okay, I deserve this. Like, I'm the one who broke up with you. You never wanted to break up. I'm the one who broke up with you. Who am I to control the breakup like this? Fine, you're right. You go have fun. You go explore. I'll be ready. I'll be here. Ready when you want to get back together. And I like really believed that this was my person. That he loved me and that this was just part of our journey. For months, I am fully aware that he is hooking up with me, talking to me, texting to me, coming over to my place, treating me like we're in a relationship, but also doing the same with another girl. He is at my apartment when this girl is calling him at 11 o'clock at night. I don't think that girl knew that I was involved like this. And in some sick way, that made me feel special. That made me feel like, oh yeah, me and him have this thing going and she has no idea. Sick in the fucking head. Again, after this breakup, I got a life coach, I got a therapist. I did that for a year. I'm really good where I'm at right now, but it took me years to deal with this. And even editing these videos that I've been posting, listening to them back, I was like, Jez, babe, were you okay? No, I wasn't. His birthday is in August. I spend his birthday with him. I buy him a little cake. I write him a card saying how much he means to me. He cries. He's like, I love you so much, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, like, are we ready to get back together yet? Are you done with this little phase that you're doing? He's like, no. Now, during this period, I kind of off and on am like having periods of like, I can't talk to you then. So we would have like weeks where we wouldn't talk, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I end up finding that girl's Instagram. I stalk her. She fully blocks my Instagram. Honestly, girl, if you're seeing this, my bad. That was on me. I'm so sorry for that. I wasn't in a good place. He's ignoring me one day and I start spiraling and I go to her Instagram. I see that she posted to her story a picture of her in his car with his hand on her thigh and they're like on a date, and I start blowing up his phone to the point where he blocks me. The next day he calls me and he's like, you can't be acting like this. Like, you know that I'm with this girl. You cannot be acting like this. And I'm like, I can't talk to you. Like, I don't want to talk to you. Then we're just done. So then I go on a period of not talking to him. Talk for maybe like a month. He hits me back up and he's like, hey, how are you doing? And I'm just like, are you still talking to that girl? And he's like, yeah, but it's like nothing. It's like not serious. And I'm like, okay, then like leave me alone. Of course that doesn't work. And we start talking all over again. I want to stress that we are hooking up. We are acting like we're together, except he gets to do whatever he wants and I get to just shame spiral and blame myself and say this is what I deserve. My last straw is in October when she posts a picture of them to her grid and it's at a pumpkin patch. She's holding a pumpkin. He is holding her from behind as if she's pregnant with their child. And then I'm like, oh, this is not nothing to her. Like, she thinks that you guys are fully dating or Can I say something else? And I'm gonna say something else. Her contact name on his phone was Creamy Anime Thighs. Creamy Anime Thighs, okay? So this is the man that both she and I were entertaining. I'm telling you, it was during the breakup where I was like, this guy is not shit. So I see that picture, I screenshot it, I sent it to him. I said, this is clearly not nothing to her. Clearly what you're doing and what she's doing are different. And I know this all too well because that was me. I tell him, this is done. I don't want to get back together with you. I'm done. Leave me alone. We don't talk for like a month. Of course, Thanksgiving rolls around. He texts me. He sends me this long text about, I miss you and I've been thinking about you and like, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. This is our first Thanksgiving out with each other, blah, blah, blah. We end up texting. I end up inviting him over. He comes over to my house after my family leaves. He tells me, hey, I want you to know that I'm no longer talking to that girl anymore. I ended it. I said, oh, okay. Me being the dumb girl that I am, I'm like, well, what does this mean for us? He's like, something is in the works career-wise, and once that is finalized, like, then I want to ask you to be my girlfriend again. Like, I'm really trying to make this right again. And I'm like thinking, oh wow, growth, okay, what's in the works? He's like, I don't want to tell you. He talked to one of my friend's husbands, okay, let's name him Sam. Or can I just say his name? I'm just gonna say his name. His name's Adrian. Hi, Adrian and Aurora, if you're watching. He says, I talked to Adrian knows my whole plan. I'm like, that's my friend's husband. I mean, they were friends because they knew each other for so long, but like, why are you talking to Adrian about it? There's this other girl who's now on my radar. And I say, okay, you're not talking to Creamy Anime Thighs anymore, but what about this other girl? Because at that point, again, I'm still sick in the head. I'm stalking. This girl exists now. Who is she? He goes, oh, she's just a friend. I met her at work, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I see the comments that you comment. They don't seem like they're just a friend comments. Like, I want to be with you. Like, you're who I want to be with. Like, you are everything to me. And I'm like, okay. We hook up that night, of course. Why wouldn't we? He leaves my apartment. The next morning, I immediately call Adrian and Aurora. And I said, spill. What the hell is he talking about? Adrian tells me, all right, like, don't say anything. But he's supposed to get his offer in January. Once he gets his offer in January, he's going to ask you to be his girlfriend. Adrian is like, he talked to me and said he doesn't want to ask you to be his girlfriend because you clearly have a career. You're clearly established. You're living in your own place, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have anything to show for himself. He wants to have his shit together before he tries to start something new with you again. He wants to do it the right way. I say, okay. After spending Thanksgiving together, he comes to my apartment quite often. We spend Christmas together. He comes over New Year's Eve. We spend New Year's Eve together. We are talking, texting, hooking up, acting like we're together. But this other girl, though, is still in the picture. This new girl is still in the picture. I found her Instagram and I would see that she would post pictures of them at dinner, pictures of him at her place. What does she think is going on? Because clearly it looks like she thinks she's dating you and you're telling me that you love me and you want to be with me. Like, you just gotta trust me. Like, I don't know why you just won't trust me. I'm like, okay, fine. So I just blindly trust him. Also because he's talked to my friend Adrian and told my friend Adrian all this. I'm just like, why would you say that to Adrian if like you didn't mean that, if that's not what you were gonna do? The comments that he leaves on this girl's pictures are humiliating. For me, I'm seeing this man who supposedly loves me, who supposedly wants to be with me, who supposedly wants to marry me, who supposedly blah, 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 commenting the most like cringe things on this other girl's. Example, there was a picture burned in my brain. She's wearing like a black sports bra and she looks good, and it's like so it's sports bra, it's leggings, she looks good, she looks great, whatever. She's like posting a mirror selfie. He comments on that picture and goes, imagine if everyone knew what you looked like underneath all the black. Okay, you've seen her naked, we get it. Public comment. Okay, and this is my man, I thought. So none of this is feeling right to me, but I keep leaning into the fact that we spent Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve together. Like, that felt like that meant something to me. Also, I had devoted 12 years of my life to this person, so I felt like he wouldn't do me so crazy dirty. Silly. He told my friend Adrian that this was his big plan. So why would you tell my friends that if that's not what you meant? Hook up New Year's Eve. My birthday is 10 days later, January 10th. And throughout that week, we're texting and I'm like, okay, are we gonna do anything for my birthday? And he's being so weird and so evasive with me. And I'm just like, my birthday comes, he doesn't text me happy birthday. He actually fully ghosts me that weekend. It was my 26th birthday. I was crying all day that day. 2 a.m. Something is telling me, like, I think he's with that girl. I go to her Instagram story. She's with him. Something about them having this weekend together. Ghosted me to be with this other girl, this girl that he didn't care about. But I completely block him at that point. I never blocked him before. That was a first for me. Mind you, we broke up in February. Okay, this is now January of the next year. I block him. He has his little brother reach out to me, and his little brother's like, hey, he's really sad. Can you unblock him? Can you talk to him? I'm like, no, your brother can fuck right off. And I'm like, sorry, I love you. I don't mean to get you involved in this, but yeah, like maybe 2 weeks after that, he asked that girl to be his girlfriend. And there was a sinister part of me that wanted to DM her and be like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but we've been fucking since, well, we've actually never stopped. But I didn't. None of my business. About 2 years sober on him. It took me a long time to get through this. And that's the thing. 5 years later, I can finally talk about this in a way that's like completely removed from the situation. He bounced from me to another girl to now his current girlfriend. He makes homes in women. That's his MO. After I blocked him in January, I think I reached out to him maybe like a year after, because I had gone through therapy and I felt good. And I wanted to reach out to him because I was like, oh, we grew up together. And so I always kind of felt like, despite everything that happened, it would be nice to be civil and cordial and like really cared about his family. I hit him up and I said, hey, and he sent me this snarky message back. I know that you know I have a girlfriend. If you wanted to start any kind of friendship with me, you should have acknowledged my girlfriend first. That would have been respectful. I have no interest in knowing you. I don't want to be a friend. I don't want to be an acquaintance. I don't even want to text you here and then. And then he says, and you have my Kanye West hoodie. Please return that. Bitch, you have my $10,000. You return that, I'll return this. Tell you what. And that was it. I haven't talked to him in years. I don't intend to ever speak to him again. He is a bit of a Cancer in my mind. I don't know what he's up to. I don't know what kind of person he is today. I'm not commenting on his character today. That was just my experience with him. And maybe he's God's gift to women now, although I find that hard to believe because he still owes me money, and I do think God's gift to women would pay back the women that they've wronged. Anyway, that's my story. I didn't think I was ever going to share it, but here we are. You're allowed to talk about your experiences, and if people don't like the way that they're portrayed in your experiences, they shouldn't have done those things. If you have any other questions, I can answer them, but I'm also excited to just reclose this chapter. It gets me a little worked up. I don't like being back in that headspace. Bye!